in our opening prayer.
方でございます。
예, 다 함께 감사 보고 기도 올리겠습니다. 사랑이 많으신 하늘 부모님, 승리하신 천지
Heavenly Parent, beloved true parents,
감사드리옵니다.
I truly appreciate
14년
today,
4월 19일
Cheon Il Guk 14th year,
26년
April,
6월 4일 세계
the
선교본부
solar calendar, June 4th.
주간을 위한
So sponsored by the World Quarter. So we will have second advanced time. So our theme is worship and sermon today. So we can receive education worldwide. Then we can reflect our lives, and also in order to educate the member. So once again, so we can learn, and also we can face our responsibilities. Thank you so much for that. I'm very grateful for the leader of World Headquarters to prepare this occasion, and also I really want to tell you, all of you, to thank you that you came here today. So we want to unite with Heavenly Parent, and also true parents, true mother, also with the inheritance of heaven's loves and blessings, that we really want to unite with them. Please guide this time from the beginning to the end. So please make us this time of the victory that we want to offer this time with a very deep heart on behalf of the leaders in attending Holy Mother Ham. So I pray with gratitude in my name, Im Jae-hyun.
아주, 아주. Thank you, Reverend Im Jae-hyun. Thank you. Your word have set the perfect stage for the growth we seek today. For the next part, which is opening remarks, we would like to invite our precious Reverend Kajikuri, the director of the mission department. He just came from Europe last night, and he's very tired. But because he wanted to see you and speak with you, and join this precious program, he's here with us. Please give him a big round of applause.
Good morning and good evening to all the leaders and the pastors around the world. I am very pleased to see you. World Mission Headquarters providing this practical ministry around the world. As you know, we last year we did questionnaire. We gave all the questionnaire to the pastors, and most of you thinking this education part. So you need more kind of educational part. So I can see your love to your community. Yeah. So yeah, we need to take care of our members as our parents. We are parents figure. So that's why Reverend Tu Seung-yeon always very put emphasis on pastoring as a pastor, as a parents of our communities. So we have many precious members. then we, instead of mother, our lovely true mother, we want to educate, take care of our members. But we don't have weapon, so we cannot do anything. So last January, March, we did 4 category of practical ministerial sessions, as you remember. Church growth and church growth strategy and management and finance and also tithing. So, which is kind of more external. But this month, especially, we will give the 4 sessions, more internal session. First, sermon and worship, and also visitation of each blessed family. Also, consultant, counseling. So, which is more internal and important. So, and I hope that regional directors will lead the break session. So, as a role of regional director is very important. So, World Mission Headquarters encourage all the regional directors to kind of encourage all the pastors to have be more professional about this field. The regional directors, what is the regional director's role? Actually, we are now World Mission Headquarters leading this practical missionary lectures, but so through the all the continent now providing the lecturer and some materials, but maybe next year we will ask each regional director to have a session from you that is more kind of connected to your mission field. That would be fine. So, for example, next year, first week, Reverend Truk, Robert Truk, will give some lecture. Next week, Reverend Sasaki, and next week, Reverend Angelici, something like this. So, this is a more kind of original and more powerful because our practical ministry education is a related mission field, not just a simple lecture, more practical. So that's why last year we did just kind of taste, just 4 sessions and taste something, but all the leaders requested, not only regional directors, but also better for the each pastors to join. Anyway, this is a second year. This second year, more kind of we collected all the recommended lecturer from all over the world. But from next year, it's better for the each regional directors so to lead this session. So that's why we decided each break time will be led by the regional directors. If regional directors are not here, please in your region, the most senior or most respected leaders to lead that session. So today the more kind of we will ask Reverend Abe, Miki, lecturer. He's very popular and famous. And please listen. And the point is not just to listen, really practice these contents and to do something and to improve your mission field. And then we hope that you can feel something to improve in this area. So also this time we gave many global mission awards. So as you can see, actually the World Mission Headquarters is very simple. We would like to spotlight on the mission field, especially pastors. Yeah, because our church growth or community growth depend on our pastors. Yeah, that's why we would like to encourage all the pastors to join this precious opportunity. And this for the awards. So we would like to more communicate with each region, so we can decide together. But we, especially this 16 category, which is kind of washing, sermon, tithing, youth education. So in this part, I would like to kind of recommend you practice. After practicing and the good improvement, then we would like to kind of show something to appreciation to you, especially as an award. So that's why next year we would like to offer some award from this 16th category of this session. So that's why not easy all the category to be improved, but at least one or two, focus on one. Yeah, if maximally everything, but at least one, please you show something kind of improved. That would be fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Reverend Kachikuri. Thank you for providing us with that visionary roadmap and those encouraging words to set our work in the future. As you can see, dear pastors, dear brothers and sisters in the mission field, Reverend Kachikuri love the pastors very much. And, he is giving you a word. I hope you can see this and follow his request. Thank you so much. Okay, now we go to the main session. Let us turn to the heart of our curriculum. It is my profound privilege to welcome back a speaker who is so precious to all of us, Reverend Abe Miki. As many of you will remember, Reverend Abe Miki has been an integral part of this journey, graciously blessing us with his wisdom in the past. Last year, he delivered our very first lecture on the practice of sermons and worship services, and later guided us through leadership, through listening and communication. In doing so, we shared the rich insights gathered from a lifetime of educating and mentoring pastors. Today, he returns to offer his guidance on worship services and sermons. A practical note I should mention here before we begin, I have two technical points which is very important for you. First is you have translation. If you couldn't find, please find the interpretation, the globe icon at the bottom of your Zoom screen and select your preferred language. And the second point, the PowerPoint slides have been also translated. To view the slides in your preferred language, simply click on the new Zoom tab that just popped up on your screen. I hope you can see that. All right, now I would like to ask you to open your minds, prepare your heart, and join me in giving a warm global welcome to Reverend Abe Miki. Reverend Abe, the floor is yours.
はい。じゃあ皆さん、こんにちは。こんばんは。
Good evening, good morning, everybody.
日本家庭連合の安倍です。
My name is Abe
昨年
from
12月
Japan.
も講義を担当させていただ
I
きまし
gave a lecture
た。
last December 2.
礼拝と説教
This time,
2回目になります。
to second time about services and sermons.
アーカイブとかあると思います。
If you didn't watch my video, please watch.
メインの仕事はやはり説教ではないかと思います。そう考えてみると
Pastor's main job is sermon. Therefore, I hope that this lecture provides practical guidance that can be immediately applied to your preaching. When you give preaching, I really want to help you. I want to share my PowerPoint. Today, today's theme is service, worship service, and sermon. Last time, I received the following question: what is the difference between sermon and DP lecture? At that time, I couldn't have enough time to speak about that. Preachers and lecturers are different. Purpose, role, different. I want to make sure this point this time. In the beginning. So I want to give a lecture about 10 areas. First of all, I want to talk about the essential difference between sermon, DP lecture, and a workshop. Worship sermon to support Shinjon, faith, but the divine principle, is understanding the doctrine is important. And the workshop focus on experience, training. What's the center? The worship, the relationship to God is the center. The DP center is in a system of truth. Workshop focus on practice, transformation. About the audience, in worship, a broad range of members come. But for the divine principle lecture, the learners will come or seekers will come. Also for workshop, trainees or general participants will come. Method of speaking, worship, sermon, pastoral or empathetic. In the case of divine principle, a logical, systematic workshop, experiential. Status of the audience, so many may be tired. In the case of divine principle, the participants try to attend to learn. And also about the workshop, so participants, join very actively. How about the required outcomes? In the sermon, so we, want to have hope, assurance, will to practice. In the case of divine principle, so we want to lead them, understanding, conviction. So in the case of workshop, we focus on behavior change. What kind of risk? If the sermon becomes doctrinal briefing, it's not good. And then if divine principle lecture, if people just understand, it's not good. Then in a workshop, people might be fanatic. This is a little bit worrying point. Sermon, divine principle, workshop, there are some features. Therefore, you need to reflect, so what you are doing right now, sermon, deep lecture, or workshop. What is the most important thing in a sermon? This is pastoral care. Worship sermon is fundamentally not a place of teaching, but rather centered on the pastoral role, such as caring for the hearts of members, relationship, restoring their relationship with God, allowing them to harbor hope, giving them the strength to live their daily lives. Rather than teaching what is right, it is crucial that the listener gains the strength to live. This is important point.
このように、礼拝説教は正しいことを教えるよりも、聞いた人が生きる力を得るということが重
They
要
need
に
to gain the strength
大
to
切な
live.
ことは、やる気、意欲、勇気を与え
Important thing
このように
is
やる気、
we have to help them find a motivation, drive, courage.
になるかと
This
思い
is
ます。
important point.
3つ目、礼拝説教
Third
で
one.
陥りやすい問題があります。
So there are
何か
some
というと、
common
先ほど言い
pitfalls
ましたよ
in
う
a
に、
worship
原
sermon.
理講義とは違うんですけど、原理講師のように説教するという問題があり
The
ます。
sermon preaching
説教
is
が
different
講義の
from the
説
DP
明会
lecture,
のようになったり、
but
あるいは
sometimes,
説明を解説するようになったり、
preacher can
あ
be
るいは歴
lecturers.
史を解説する。
It,
これが正しい。
tends
こ
to
れが間
turn
違いだ
into a
という
divine
判定
principle
ばかりにな
lecture.
ると、礼拝が
If a
純粋
sermon
学
only
校の
becomes
授
a
業のようになっ
doctrinal
ていく
explanation,
傾向があ
commentary
る
on
かもしれ
providence,
ません。
history,
そ
or
れよりも重
judgment
要な
of
ことは
right
です
and
ね、
wrong,
信徒は
worship
評価され
turns
る
into a
感覚、
class.
緊張、疲労、
The
緊
important
張
thing
を持
is
ちやすくなるかもしれ
that
ません。
members can
特
easily
に
feel
年長の信
judged,
徒などは
tense,
また頑張
fatigue,
れと言わ
and
れ、
burdened by a sense of
できるで
duty,
ない自分を責め、
especially for
こんな
members
状
who
態
have
に
been
なる
in
かも
faith
しれ
for
ま
a
せん。
long time. It is
この
easy
ような
to fall
役
into
割、
a state
ま
of
た、
thinking,
この
I'm
立場を
hearing
明
cheer
確
up
にして
yet
臨
again,
んでいく
or
こと
I
が
blame
重
myself
要
for
か
not
と
doing
思ってい
well.
ます。この2つ目として、動員、叱責中心になることがないように気をつけるべきかと思いま
Number
す。
two,
礼拝が献金や伝
so
道、活動
centering
参加、
on
そして応援ば
mobilization
かりになる
and
と、信
rebuking.
徒はこ
If
の養
worship
われる側
focuses
ではなく、
only on
動
offering,
員対象になって
witnessing,
しまう傾向
activity,
もあるかもしれ
participation,
ません。
and organizational defense,
心理的
members
安全
become
性が低
object
下
of
してしまったり、
mobilization rather
主
than
体性が
object
低下
of
してしまったり、
nurturing.
燃え尽き症候群になってしまったり、
In the
や
mission
る気の
field,
若者離れが
this
起こ
can
りやすく
easily
な
lead
る
to
か
a
も
drop
し
in
れません。
psychological safety, loss of autonomy, burnout, and the
まあ、
departure
活
of
動
younger generation.
しては
Departure
こ
means
の活動するする
disengagement.
ことが当然だということよりも、強い、叱責をですね、することも注意すべきではないかと思いま
Be
す。
careful not to
3つ
look
目
down
は
on audience.
証返従による比較文化であります。
Number three, a
我々
culture
が
of
これだけ頑張った
comparison driven by
これだけ貢献した
overemphasizing
という
testimonies.
証だけが強調されると、自己否定、
If only
非満
testimonies
足、
like
そして
someone
劣
made
等
this
感を
much effort, someone made this much contribution are emphasized, it can breed self-denial, compassion, and feeling of inferiority. Just a moment. So he muted. He muted.
あ、失礼しました。この
Oh yeah, he came back.
証返従による、比較文化に気をつけ
If
なけれ
we
ばいけません。
overemphasize the
何よりも
testimony, it is
証は
not
復
good.
活するものでありますけれど、
Testimony
もっと
is
も
meant
重要
to
な
give
ことは証
hope.
の動機と心情を相続す
The
ることですけ
important
れども、
thing is,
比較するということが要
motivation
注意ではないかと
behind the
思います。
testimony. Don't focus
さら
on
に、
comparison
4つ目、
with
語
others.
る牧会者に必要な姿勢は何でしょうか。
Number
こ
four,
の
the required attitude
導
for
く
the
人々
speaking
が
pastor.
寄り添う人になるということ
So
が
one
重要なこ
who
とでは
is with
ない
them
でしょうか。
rather than one who leads
説教も
them.
ですね、無意識に上から目
In
線で
worship sermon,
導こうとしたり
an
す
attitude
るより
of
も、
working together
い
is
わゆ
more
る共に
important
歩む
than
姿勢が
leading
大
from
変
above.
重要ではないでしょうか。まさに言葉を
For
変えると
example,
伴走
rather
す
than
る姿勢です。
asking, Are you
例えば、
participating in this?
皆さんは
Member open their
でき
hearts
ていますか
when the
というより
pastor
も、
confesses,
私自身も
I
葛
too
藤して
am
ますよ
struggling
と
with
いうふう
this.
に自己開示をすることを通じながら
This is not merely showing weaknesses, but a form of human sincerity. This pastor's attitude is very important to relate to audience.
ですからこのように説教者の自己開示によって参加者が安心して心を開いて背伸びをせずに
The pastor can open the hearts. They can listen more.
さらにこの牧会者の姿勢として大切なのが答えよりも希望を渡すことであります。
So you should give hope rather than answer.
学問ではありません。
The preaching is not studying. Give that power to live today. You have to give courage for them to step forward.
答えは一つではありません。人それ
There is no single right answer. Everyone takes a different first step. Therefore, you have to ask them. So, how about you? What about you? You have to ask them. They try to answer.
宗教組織では無意識に信徒活動員と考えてしまっ
Don't
て
treat members as a means to achieve a goal. In religious organizations, there's a risk of subconsciously viewing members merely as active operatives, numbers, or mobilization power. However, the essence of pastoral care lies in treasuring the individual. Don't try to utilize them. Don't try to lead them. Please walk together with them side by side. Please respect them. This kind of attitude is important. Number 5, what is the desirable attitude in a sermon? First of all, please start with empathy.
突然皆さんやってますかと何か評価しようとする姿勢よりも疲れている方もいると思います。
Maybe some of them are tired.
不安の中で来られた方
Some of them have some anxiety. Therefore, you can say, I imagine some of you may be feeling tired today. There may also be those who have come here amidst anxiety. With these words, listeners find reassurance.
気配りしながら語るということが重要になるかと。
Be there for everyone. Not just those who are working hard, but also those who are feeling exhausted.
これは何かというと、抽象的な摂理だけを
Please connect to daily life.
紐解いていくだけではなく、それを身近な家庭につなげる。
Members find it easier to accept content that connects not only to abstract providence, but also to intimate areas such as family, work, human relationships, after retirement, loneliness, and anxiety.
具体的な生活は変わりません。
Don't be abstract. Please talk concrete thing. Please connect to daily life. This is very important.
さらに小さな実践を提案することです。
You can suggest a very small practice.
大きなことを語るのも心を広くするわけですけども、しかし、
So if we say, let's change the world, so this is a big slogan, but someone cannot follow it. Therefore, it's much easier to practice. Be kind to one person today. Express gratitude to family. Or pray for 5 minutes. It's easier for them to practice. Small steps. if they can do this small step, one step, it's a big success. They can have hope.
さらに恐れではなく愛を基盤に語ることも重要
Please speak based on love, not fear.
私たちはやらないと大変ですよ。摂理を失敗してしまいます。
We may say, if you don't do this, something terrible will happen. So you will fail in providence. So if we repeat this kind of phrase, so they will be suffer. The assurance of being loved and working together nurtures autonomy in the long run.
行動を押し出すものですけども、それよりも愛という動機の方がより
Fear moves people, but actually love moves people more in the long run.
例えば、やらないといけない、やらないと
For
いう
example,
否定形の表現よりも、
so if we say we must do it,
やらないではなくやること。
rather than this, phrase, so we can use, other phrase, more positive phrasing. We can do it. We can achieve by doing something. So please focus on inspiring a desire to do something rather than a sense of obligation, sense of duty.
6番目に入ります。礼拝説教を扱う内容についてお話をしたいと思います。
sermon content topic.
中心になるテーマは希望とか
Core topics:
許し、
hope, love, forgiveness, family, human relationship, healing, growth, gratitude, meaning of suffering, living together. There are various themes.
何をテーマにするのかということを明確にこの語ることが説教として大
Please clarify your theme and the keywords.
たまに説教を聞いてると何がテーマなのかということが不明確のままに語り続けるということが聞くことが
Sometimes preacher just to keep talking, so without a very clear topic, but it's not good. Also, please have a proper division of roles with the divine principle lecture. Divine principle lectures are important as a time to clearly learn doctrine, history, logic, and ideological system. However, worship sermon centered on 심정, spiritual renewal, and the daily application. This is the difference.
詳しく説教を語ろうとして知ってることを多く語ろうとしてそうしすぎる場合があります。
When you try to explain something in detail, be careful not to say too much of what you already know. Centered on theme, please speak just necessary thing. If this distinction becomes blurred, it can easily lead to problems where worship becomes heavy, learning becomes shallow, and member becomes exhausted. Number 8. So psychological safety is very important. According to recent organizational research, a community where members can feel safe to reveal their weaknesses, raise questions, and talk about failure tends to have a higher autonomy and sustainability. Similarly, for religious communities, it's same. It's same. If rebuking, duty, comparison appear, become central, short-term mobilization might be possible, but long-term maturity becomes difficult. The recent research is the research by Google. They researched, the teams. What do high-performing teams have in common? According to this research, the most important factor was psychological safety. In other words, it's an atmosphere which they can say anything. When they feel secure, they are more willing to take on new challenges, and their creativity flourish. This is very important. Number 9, attitude and outline of sermon preparation. First of all, message of the sermon. It should be spiritual message. So this content testifies to the love and the shinjon of heavenly parents to parents. Also, secondly, it should be principle-based message. We have to have right understanding of the word, appropriate quotation of the word. And also, we have to consider audience. So we need to give content that matches the audience interests and needs. These 3 points are important. So how about the outline of a sermon? So there are 3 points. So introduction that captures the audience heart. This introduction is very important. And next, the body part. The body through which the message delivered. Storytelling, consistency, illustrations, the word, personal experience. We include these things. Third one, conclusion that leads to practice. A message that resonates the heart. It should be included. The spiritual lesson is included. So this should be answers to problems and concerns. Also guided toward living out the principle in daily life. I want to talk about creating a sermon draft. First of all, title. Please clarify the title. Then, what is the main theme? So, for example, repentance, gratitude. Then we set up the goal of the sermon, and then we select the fundo part. Also, we think story development. And the last 3, so we have to give some spiritual lesson in conclusion. Please create a draft every time. So it doesn't matter the long sermon, short sermon. Anyway, every time prepare your own draft of the sermon. Please prepare the flow well. Number 10, step-by-step checklist. First of all, title. Can the title draw interest and attention to the content of the sermon? not short, not long. The title is the main point of the entire sermon. Next, consistency. Title, purpose, quoted verses, examples, illustrative story. So these should be consistent. Can the quoted verses be properly integrated within the story? Consistency is the lifeline of a sermon. Without it, listeners are left wondering, what was this sermon trying to say? They say like this. Sometimes people are not satisfied with the sermon, and then they say, the service is too long. Actually, sometimes the length of the sermon itself is not the problem. Maybe the sermon's content it was not proper. In many cases, it is caused by a lack of consistency, an awkward flow, difficult content, or unnecessary flowery language. The most important thing is brevity, clarity, and leaving a deep impression. Next, about introduction. At the beginning, is there an introduction or a statement of the problem that guides the audience toward what story will be told? If audience could relate to introduction, they really listen to the content well. Next, illustrative story. In order to induce them to the content, so illustrative story is very helpful. Illustrative story is an episode. You can pick up, famous people, or you can talk about yourself. So this story can be a bridge that you can give your content more concretely. This is not just an interesting story. It plays the role of a bridge that embodies and delivers truth to the listener's heart. If illustrative stories are used poorly, there is a risk that the main message of the sermon will become blue, or it may devolve into bragging, in inducing fear, hurting the audience, or carrying a manipulative intention. So in the divine principle, there are few illustrative stories. The illustrative stories are very important. The purpose of illustrating a story is to help the audience personally feel, experience, rather than understanding. For example, instead of abstractly saying love is important, the audience can truly grasp love when they hear a story about a young person who greets a lonely elderly neighbor every single day. In other words, illustrative story translates truth into a smaller scale, make it applicable into daily life, and serve the role of internalizing it into the heart. What are the characteristics of a good illustrative story? It should be short and focus on the main point.
しかし、普通の人、日常小さな葛藤、身近な失敗の方が共感されやす
Also,
い。
the audience can project themselves into it.
そして、令和は感情が動くんです。人は論理だけでは
Also, hearts are moved.
温かさ、
People are not moved by logic alone.
そして希
When
望、
there's
共
warmth,
感があると記憶に
pathos,
残りま
hope,
す。
and empathy, it is remembered.
そして説教と直結している令和で
It
なけれ
should
ば
be
意味がありません。
directly
令
connected
和
to the
だけが
sermon.
印象的で何の話だったかわからなくなる。
If
これ
just
で
you
は語ら
remember
れません。
the story, it's not good.
説教のテーマを照らす
The
ために
illustrative stories
内容
support the
となりま
sermon.
す。ですから、いつも説教者は常
Always.
に効果的な令和を探す姿勢が必要です。
You have to have the attitude to look for
で
the
もベストセラーの本をよく読
effective
む。
illustrative
日本語版
stories.
をよく読む。
Then please read books,
あるい
newspaper,
は AI と
searching
検索しながら
AI
キーワードを探
in
して
order
いき
to
つ
pick
つ
up
令和
keywords
を探していく
for the
こ
sermon.
のことが
Please
説
look
教者にとっ
for
て大変
good
重要なことに
illustrative
なり
stories.
ます。
This is important for the pastors.
5番目は優しい表現です。原理婚や個別層の用
Next,
語、
simple
聖
expression.
書の話、日常生活で実感できるような噛み砕いた表現、事例を使って
So divine principle
説明しよう
terminology,
ということです。
difficult, right?
日常生活で理解できるような例えや表現を用いることは説教では大変重要です。
So please
原
use
理用語を
more daily
原
life
理用語を原理用語
words.
で解説するのは避けて分かりやすい言
They
葉で
don't explain the principle terminology by
いつも意識してい
using
ることは
principle terminology.
中学1年生でも分かりやすい表現。
Uh,
このことを
I
意識すると、その
I
参
try
加している人
to
が
give
若い
my
人でも
content
年配の
to
人でも
even
みんなよく
first
分かる
year
分か
of
りやすく
junior high
とこ
school
う表現
student.
をしますから、
So I
いつも
try to have this
分か
kind
り
of
やすさを意識してい
attitude.
ただけれ
I
ばと思
try
います。
to pick up,
分かりや
use
すい説教とは聞き手
very
が意味を
easy
受けて
understanding
自分の
words.
人生と結びつけられる状態を指します。心に入る情景が浮かぶ自分を
Sermon should be connected
行
to
動に
daily
させる
life.
という説教です。ただ分かりやすいということは平易な言葉だけではなく、このような効果的な分かり方、
So
このことを意識していた
easy
だけ
to
ればと思います。
understand,
まあ、さらに
means,
解説するならば、
they
分かりやすい
can
説教の
practice
実践ポイント
easily.
は一文を短くすることです。
So
長く話さない
let's
で一つ
have a
一つ
practical
区
points.
切って
Keep
話すことが
sentences short.
専門用語を減らすことです。
Also
使うことは
reduce
必ず
technical
一
terminology.
用語で説明すること。例えば
Explain.
例
Please
や
explain
資料
in
から
everyday
抽象を
language.
具体化し、さらに抽象の流れでこう話をすると
There's a flow.
一
Abstract
回で全部
to
語ろうとしない
concrete
ことです。
and to
一
abstract.
回の説教で一つ深く
You
伝
can go
え
back and forth.
一つのことを深く伝えることの方が印象に残って
Do not say everything at once.
さら
In
に
a single sermon,
最後に良いこと
delivering
今日お
one
伝えした
thing
かったの
deeply
はこれで
remains
す
better in
という
memory.
ふうに明確に締
Then
め
at
る
the
と
end,
心が
summarize the
定
sermon,
着するように
concluding
な
with,
ります。
for example, the main point I wanted to deliver today is blah blah.
6
So
番目です
please,
ね。
please say like that.
テーマに集中することです。
Then
話
please
をあまり分散
focus
さ
on
せ
the
ないで
theme.
テーマと要点が絞られてそのテーマに関して深く入れているか
So
と
dig
いうことが
into
重
the
要に
theme.
なります。テーマに対して納得
Don't
理解に
scatter
導
the
けている
story too
か
much.
感動と悔い改めに導けているのか行動に移す
The purpose. The
動機を
purpose
与え
is
る
to
ことが
provide
できている
conviction,
のかこれは重要です
understanding, emotional
7番整理で
repentance,
す。導入本論を
uh,
第一
organization.
第二と話を整理できているのかそして起承転結を明確にして
So
要点
your
を的確に
introduction, the
導入
body
整理
organized
することが重要です。
systematically, please
今日の
reflect
話は
it.
3つでした。というように算数、点の数で語ってい
You
く
can
と
say,
分
today
かりやすい
I
です。
said the 3 points.
3つにまとめると、聞き手が記憶しやすくなります。
So for the audience, it's good to memorize 3 points.
4つです、5つです、10個ですと言ったら、
If so you give 10 points, they can remember.
3つ以内ということが重要です。
Please keep the main points within 3 points.
考えてみました。理解と心情と実践。この説教で非常に使いやすい内容は、原理の理解、心情の持ち方。
So typical pattern of a 3-part structure. For example, understanding, 심정, practice. Next example, past, present, future.
成長を語るときに効果的ではないでしょうか。
This is effective when speaking out life of or growth in faith. The next example, problem and the realization and hope.
簡単に言えばね、今日の説教は3つのキーワードがありました。1つ目は、
You can say today, so there are 3 keywords, this one, this one, this one. You can express like this.
ですから皆さん3つにまとめる癖をつけると分かりやすい説教ができる人になります。参加者がなるほどという
establish the 3 main components.
参加者がなるほどと思えるように説教するためには、準備する段階で説教者が自分の説教を見て、準備した内容を見て、なるほどと自分自身が
So does the content make sense to the preacher yourself? So that the participants will have that aha moment. Next is the last page. You need to have the consistency of introduction and conclusion. You shouldn't jump, from the introduction to the conclusion. If you, ask some, question in the introduction, you answer at the conclusion, right? Guiding toward practice. So does the conclusion contain a spiritual lesson and encourage to practice its content? So you can finish with, let us do blah blah. You can encourage to do something. So a worship sermon does not end with understanding. It is crucial that life moves one step forward. It should be the bridge for practice. Sermon is not providing information. This is the act of urging a response to God's word. Therefore, at the end, you must clarify, what did God say to us today? How will we respond? This kind of attitude is important. Make practice small and concrete. Do not rebuke those who cannot do it. Conclude in a way that moves the emotions. And decide on just one thing to do starting from today. Please make an effort to be attentive and considerate towards all participants. Please embrace all the participants and give sermon. This is very important. I hope your sermon will be wonderful. I hope so your participant will have great realization through your worship sermon.
これで私のね、講義を終わりたいと思います。
Thank you so much. I close my presentation here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Abe Miki. Once again, you gave a beautiful, beautiful lecture. Please give him a big, big round of applause, please, for this beautiful, powerful roadmap. I hope you can use it in your communities and really move your audience. All right. Now we turn these strategies into action. We want to move into breakout rooms for 30 minutes. This time, the breakout rooms will be led by your regional director. Please select your own region and engage in deep sharing centered on your regional directors. Okay? Please choose your own region. Let's go.
De la madre está invirtiendo mucho dinero en los jóvenes de la UPF y no hay un solo miembro que hable español allá para que nos venga a dar este tipo de mensaje. Latinoamérica tiene varios idiomas. ¿Cómo es posible que...
Is complaining that there is no one who can teach in Spanish this kind of content.
Okay. Sorry, a complaint should go to your regional director. Talk to your regional director. Complaint. If you
Si
have
tiene
any
una
complaint,
queja, transmítasela a su
talk to
director
your regional
continental.
director. Thank you very much. Okay, next question, Reverend, maybe Reverend Ronnie, ask your question, please.
Thank you so much, Reverend Abe. It's always inspiring listening to you. In our
Siempre
sharing,
es inspirador
our head pastor
escucharlo.
said someone gave them feedback that their sermon is judgmental. Perhaps you can enlighten us a little bit more. What can we do so that we can prevent from doing this? Any advice so that our sermon is not judgmental? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
すみません。日本語の通訳が入ってなかったので、私が通訳させていただきます。先ほどの講義の中で、裁かないように、講義で、裁かないようにするという話があったんですけれども、この原理で裁かないようにするためにどのような工夫をすればいいのかというアドバイスがあれば。
話していいですか？
よろしくお願いします。
講義の中でも少し話したんですけど、
I talked a little bit in the lecture. For example, you must do something. You must do so. Some preacher repeat this. So this influences a lot to the people. That you can say, if you can do this, this kind of result will come. So you need to use a very positive words, phrasing. Then if you don't do this, you will suffer. So this kind of, seriousness is not good. Don't emphasize this seriousness. So you have to emphasize the hope. Then atmosphere of the sermon will be changed.
分析、強く言っていなくても傷つく人がいるんですね。
Sometimes, some people, hurt. Therefore, please focus on give courage to them, okay?
Thank you, Reverend Abe. Thank you. I hope you got your answer. All right, let's go to Tariq from Sudan. Yes.
Yeah, it is more important than question, Brother Mun Myung Ho. It is a big gratitude and appreciation for the lectures. some of us who became nationalists maybe have never given lecture, and another gratitude and appreciation and thanks to the one who is behind the idea of the breakout room. We are very thankful and grateful. That is all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, the other one is family sekta, if I'm right. Please ask your question. Please unmute yourself and speak. Please go on, speak. Hello. Please speak out. Ask your question.
Allô, merci beaucoup.
Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to thank our lecturer of the day. I would like to know, in the development, from the introduction, development, and the conclusion of the lecture, what advice would you give, for example, on the timing? How long should a sermon last from the beginning, from the introduction, the development to the conclusion? So this is what I would like to know. How long would you advise a pastor to give the sermon? How long should it take? This is my question.
翻訳させていただきます。基本的にこの講義、のこの結論的な部分で、このタイミングに関しての質問でした。結局この説教が何分ぐらいの説教を行えば適当なのかという質問でした。
前回の12月の時も、
Last December, I talked about the time. True Mother said, within 30 minutes, she said.
私たちもこの新任牧会者に対してはですね、
So we are teaching to new pastors. So we say to them in 30 minutes or 40 minutes.
しています。しかしそれ以外に報告しないといけない内容があれば、若干長引いてもいいと思います。
If you have to report something, so you can add something. But even so, you give just a 30 minutes sermon. If content is good, so you can inspire people. So in Japan, so we try to have 30 minutes to 40 minutes sermon right now.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. One last question from Robert Torok, please.
Yes, thank you very much for the wonderful presentation. You mentioned that the sermon should include the exegesis and commentary. So I was wondering if these guidelines follow Christian sermon giving, and if there's a particular denomination that you inspired this presentation from. Thank you.
質問の中に、講義の中に、令和を挿入した方がいいという話があったと思うんですけれども、何かこの講義案を作成するに際して、どっかクリスチャンの説教学について、影響を受けたとか感銘を受けた部分があるのかという質問でございました。何かクリスチャンの説教学について学んでこの講義をこういう内容を作成したのかという質問でした。
まあ、総文大学でも学びましたけども、
I studied in Somu University too.
私が心がけていることの中に、令和というものが一つのこう大切なことが聖句なんですね。聖句。
I really, focused on, a Bible verse in a, which can be, okay, through, illustrative stories. So I try to explain the Bible story. For example, there's a Shohei Otani. So in order to explain his secret of success, so I try to have this one illustrative story. So I also include the Bible verse, also through Mother's word,
この令和というものが
The basics are centered on true Mother's word and the Bible verse. So we want to use illustrative story. So this is a basic. And then we can add some other famous people's story. So in the past, I was moved by the Christian homiletics too. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Reverend Abe, for the beautiful lecture and also the answers to the question. I know the time is short and I know many of you have more questions, but you can have your question later when we have feedback. Please add your question and Reverend Abe wants to receive it, okay? Don't forget it. Thank you. Please, everyone, please give Reverend Abe Miki a big round of applause. Thank you. Thank
感
you
想
so
に
much.
質問があったら答えますよということを伝えてもらえますか。
If so when you write your reflection, if you have questions, please write your question and then Mr. Abe can answer your questions.
Yes, as you heard that Reverend Abe also repeated, when you are filling out the feedback form, please add your questions, okay? Feel free and he will surely answer you. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, now we are going to closing remarks. And to conclude our today's session, we are honored to welcome our Secretary General of the World Mission Headquarters, Reverend Cheon Il Guk. Please give him a big round of applause. Thank you. Reverend Cheon, floor is yours.
전 세계 목회자 및 선교사 여러분, 실천 목회 심화 교육 6월의 첫 번째 시간에 끝까지 열정적으로 참여해 주셔서 대단히 감사합니다. 세계 선교
Distinguished pastors and missionaries from around the world, thank you very much for your passionate participation until the very end of this first June session of the Advanced Practical Ministry Education. I am Ing So, Secretary General of the World Mission Headquarters. Today, we reflected on and learned about the very essence of ministry required to build a truly healthy church, the heart of the church, which is worship service. On behalf of our global family members, so I would like to express our deepest gratitude and applause to our lecturer, Reverend Miki Abe, for generally sharing his profound field insights and the vibrant wisdom of live worship planning. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the staff of the mission department who work tirelessly day and night to ensure that this precious practical ministry education runs smoothly. Furthermore, my deepest appreciation goes to all the pastors who, despite serving at the forefront of the providence, attended this online education demonstrating and inspiring passion for learning. Respected pastors, if Lecturer Abe's presentation last year helped us realize the importance of our sermon through the concept of the 30 minutes miracle, one core message that pierces through the souls of our members, what was the most resonant topic that touched our hearts today? It was the realization that our Sunday service must go beyond a formal ritual. It must be reborn as a festival of Hyojong, where our members can experience the presence of heavenly talent through all five senses from the very moment they step into sanctuary. Today, we learned deeply that worship service should never be a mere list of program orders. Instead, it must be a holy time of recreating life, a time when our members, weighed down and wounded by the burdens of life, can heal their hurting original minds and gain the strength to rise again through praise, prayer, the word, and the fellowship. We have once again taken to heart how critical, crucial it is for pastors to design worship with uh, meticulous planning and devotion to create such a grace-filled time. However, everyone, no matter how excellent the techniques and methodologies of worship we have learned today, if they remain only as knowledge written down in your notebooks, our chapels will not change even a single millimeter this coming week. The moment you click the log out button and the broadcast ends today, you must return to the fierce reality of your ministry. This coming Sunday, fully infuse the wisdom you learned today into your worship service. From the moment members open the chapel doors and walk in, until the moment they leave after the service. Please plan and prepare the Sunday service with the utmost devotion so that heaven's warm love can reach their hearts. A living, breathing worship service filled with pastoral heartfelt tears and bone-shattering devotion. I honestly pray that this holy learning from today will permeate your pulpit and every corner of your churches. Thank you for from the bottom of my heart for your hard work until this later hour. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Reverend Saw. Thank you for deeply your words. You're deeply encouraging everyone here to anyway wrap up our session today. Thank you. Please give him a big round of applause one more time. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Saw. Okay, before we sign off, we have two quick important updates. The first is feedback and reflection. As we wrap up this session, we highly value your input. To help us better prepare for the upcoming sessions, please scan the QR code on the screen you see right now, or click the link in the chat box to fill out detailed feedback form. And also, please remember that Reverend Abe asked, add your question. He wants to see it and he wants to answer it. Okay? We always read your feedback and we really use it for everything we are doing in this education program. Next is to let you know when the next session is. Our next session will take place on June 11 at 7:30 Korea time in the evening. We will host Reverend Gani Roshi, the regional director of Balkan, who will be teaching on sermon and worship. The title will be The Heart of Pastoral Ministry. Please mark your calendars. Thank you very much. All right, now to officially conclude today's session, let us offer a final bow of gratitude. Chariot, 천진 참부모님께 경배. 바로 before you go, please don't go. Turn on your cameras. We want to take your beautiful picture. And don't forget to smile, okay? Please, everyone, let's take a beautiful photos. Are you ready? 아버지, 어머니, 사랑합니다. 감사합니다. Thank you. Thank you so much, brothers and sisters, leaders. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for your dedication day and night to support our beloved true mother. And once again, thank you, Reverend Abe Miki. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Please take care and see you next week. God bless you.
Thank you.
Everybody, let's go.
Thank you.